It's funny how we spend so much time at work, right? Days blur into weeks, weeks into months, and before you know it, the lines between work and personal life start to blur too. And there's always that one person, the one who makes those long hours feel a little less like work. At first, I didn't think much of it. It was just another one of those casual interactions, friendly jokes, harmless touches here and there. You know the type. Just a tap on the arm when we're talking, or maybe an accidental brush of the hand while reaching for the same file. Totally innocent, right? But then something changed. Maybe it was the way your touch lingered just a moment, longer than it should have, or the way our conversations started to feel like they weren't just about work anymore. We began talking about life, our favourite songs, our dreams, what makes us laugh, what makes us tick, and with every shared smile, every lingering glance, I could feel something shift in the air between us. It's strange. You think it's just a friendly connection, but then suddenly you realise there's more to it. You start wondering if you feel the same way. If every time our hands brush, it means more than just passing by. It's a delicate dance, trying to keep it professional, trying to keep everything just right, but also feeling that spark, that pull. And now, here I am, caught in the middle of it. Do I lean in, or do I hold back? Is it even okay to feel this way, knowing we're co-workers? But let's be real. Sometimes those small moments, those touches, they're not just about work, are they? What do you think? Are we just two friends caught in the same space? Or is there something more to this connection? Guess we'll have to wait and see where it goes. Or maybe I'll just have to take a chance. But then I catch myself. I start second guessing, wondering if I'm reading too much into it. After all, we're still at work, right? It's not like we're out on a date or anything. I remind myself to keep it professional, to focus on the tasks at hand. But then, there you are again, with that smile that makes everything else fade into the background. And when you stand a little too close, my heart races, and I can't help but wonder, what if we could step outside of this professional bubble, even if just for a moment? What if this little spark between us could actually be something more? It's tempting, so tempting, but I know we're walking a fine line. And yet, the curiosity, the what-ifs, they linger, making it harder to ignore. But then, there's that moment when you help me with a project, or pick up something I've dropped, and it feels like more than just casual assistance. It's the way you look at me when you do it, almost like you're checking in to see how I'm doing. It's not the kind of look you give someone just because you're being polite. It's different. It's almost like you're waiting for something. And I can't help but wonder, do you feel it too, that pull? Or am I just overthinking things because I've been working with you for so long? And I hate to admit it, but the more I think about it, the more it makes me nervous. Nervous because what if I'm wrong? What if I misread the signals? I mean, I've heard the stories. Often surface romances, the drama, the complications that can come with them. It could make everything awkward, right? Suddenly, those small touches, the moments where we're alone for a minute, could turn into something I can't take back. The last thing I want is to risk everything. My job, my reputation, all of it, over a feeling that might just be a passing fancy. But still, there's something about you. There's this magnetic pull that's impossible to ignore. And sometimes, when I catch you looking at me just a little too long, or when our hands brush again, I wonder if you're feeling the same way, or if I'm just imagining it all. I'm trying to keep it cool, to keep everything professional, but deep down, I know it's getting harder to pretend like nothing's happening. Every day, that line between just co-workers and something more is becoming a little harder to draw. So, here I am, standing at this crossroads, wondering what comes next. Do I keep playing it safe, pretending like nothing's changed, or do I take a chance and see where this connection could go? The truth is, I don't have all the answers yet. Maybe this will all stay just a harmless little spark, or maybe it will turn into something more, something real. All I know is that every day it feels a little harder to ignore. So, I guess we'll see what happens. Maybe it's the beginning of something beautiful, or maybe it's just another work story to tell. Either way, I'm not sure I can pretend I don't feel it anymore.